Parrots. They're one of the great mimics of the animal kingdom, but how much are they mimicking, and how much is actual communication? First, we should see what makes parrots such great mimics. Why are parrots able to vocally speak to us in ways that more closely related species, like apes and monkeys, can't? My own parrot would play a game with me when I was a kid. He would make a noise and I had to mimic it. He would move on to a new, more complex noise if I could mimic the previous one perfectly. Like a game of Simon, the chains of clicks and whistled tunes would get more and more complex until my parrot got tired of playing. He would end the game by making a noise I couldn't mimic, like water dripping or the microwave. How normal is this for birds? When thrust into new living environments, they adapt well enough to communicate. This is because birds also live in complex social environments, similar to apes. This requires them to be more adaptable and communicative to others of both their own species, as well as any companions they may have.
Hello? Hi, hello?
Instead of a larynx with vocal cords, birds have a syrinx, a distended portion of the trachea. In the walls of the syrinx are two thin oval membranes that vibrate and produce the bird's vocalizations. Parrots and some members of the crow family have the perfect combination of anatomy and neurology to learn human speech. Their syrinxes are capable of mimicking the sound, unlike some birds, and they are not hardwired genetically to speak only one language. What can natural birdsong teach us about bird language? Birds seem to be able to communicate with each other through whistles and tweets, whether it's to find a mate or to find food. Birdsong has a lot of parallels with how humans learn language. In early stages of life, birds are more susceptible to picking up their innate songs. Birds must listen to others' vocalizations and practice on their own in order to properly sing their songs. For human infants, we have to do the same. This is Dr. Irene Pepperberg. She made headlines in the animal cognitive sciences with her findings with the African Grey Parrot, Alex. Alex was the superstar of the parrot world when he was alive. He had a vocabulary of over 100 words and could understand basic concepts of shape and color, enough to distinguish difference and similarity, as well as simple numbers and basic math like addition and subtraction. Dr. Pepperberg taught Alex through a method called model rival training. This utilizes the dynamics of human-to-human interaction as well as parrot-to-human interaction. Alex watches as the trainer poses a question to the human model, who either responds appropriately and is praised and rewarded, or responds wrongly and is scolded. This sets up the other human as a rival to the parrot for the attention of the trainer. When Alex is posed a question, he has already been given the information as to what word he must reproduce for a favorable outcome. Once words are learned, their definitions and conceptions within the bird's brain can then be tested.
That's right. You're a good boy. No, sweetie. No, you can't go back yet. You gotta...
You want some water?
All right. Do you want some water, or are you just asking to interrupt? You're just asking to interrupt. I know you.
Go back?
I know you. Okay.
How does Dr. Pepperberg speak to Alex? Is it objective or subjective? Is this important? Dr. Pepperberg talks about how Alex was so conducive to learning because he was showered with attention. He was the only subject in the experiments and received the same kind of praise as would be given at a toddler. Alex was treated more like a pet than an experimental animal in a lot of ways, although Dr. Pepperberg was more objective than experimenters with chimps like Lucy, for example. We bring parrots into our homes as pets, and through this personal connection, we have found that they are more than willing to learn our language to communicate with us. What is the difference between mimicry and communication? When parrots are in the home and they vocally mimic the lives of the people around them, are they just copying or are they grasping more than they let on? Because of Dr. Pepperberg, we now have more insight into what a parrot is actually picking up. Alex shouldn't be able to learn words for ideas if he doesn't understand the idea in the first place. This is furthered by his knack for putting together words for new experiences. Like the first time he ate cake, he referred to it as yummy bread, a combination of two words he already had in his vocabulary. Can parrots understand the beliefs of others? So far, the only study on theory of mind with birds has been on little green bee-eaters, which suggests that these birds might be able to see from the point of view of predators. However, this low-level theory of mind can be explained by other behaviors as well. So far, no experiments have explored whether parrots can communicate with us on their depth of theory of mind.